Hi, my name is Nathan McDonald. I've been blessed to spend most of my life in Maranoa. Gundawindi born and bred, I grew up as one of 5 on my family's beef and grain properties in the Billabilla district, north of my hometown. For many years, we ran a Seneca Truders herd, and in recent times, we have introduced some crossbreeding. We also grow a mixture of summer and winter crops. 2 of my brothers are involved with Dad and Mum in running the family operation with their wives and children. I decided to study education, and after several years working as a teacher, I moved into school leadership. For 10 years, I've led 2 school communities as principal, most recently at Chinchilla Christian College. My biggest blessing is being married to the love of my life and the proud dad to 3 young sons, aged 15 to 9. It's for them I'm talking to you. My politics, in essence, draw on my belief that it's incumbent on parents to leave the world in a better place for their children. I was an active LNP member, but came to realise they were failing to act in the best interests of Australia and Australians. They stopped listening to us. Democracy means a party that works for the people, not the other way around. Under the LNP, our national debt has increased to over $1.3 trillion, a massive figure which will place our country under considerable strain for many years to come. The LNP's decision to commit to net zero emissions by 2050 was hasty and non-consultative. I fear it will threaten Australia's world-class industries and affect our standard of living, to little end. It has been predicted our agricultural industry will be hit hard, especially family grass-fed beef operations. At best, it's brought great uncertainty. At worst, it means the end of our electorate's way of life as we know it. On top of this, the government's management of the pandemic has caused so much harm. I've seen firsthand, as I'm sure you have, the toll taken by terrible policy the last 2 years. The division in families and communities, the struggles of local businesses, increased mental health issues, and people losing their jobs because of a personal health choice. People are hurting, who I know and love, along with people right across the electorate. And rather than strong leadership bringing us together, our leaders have driven that division, fear and loss. I'm not going to stand by while the government stamps on our freedom and destroys livelihoods and lives. So I've joined a party whose policies put Australia first, the United Australia Party. As their candidate, I'm committed to a truly thriving Maranoa, and I'm standing up for freedom. This party, I believe, with their strong focus on regional and rural Australia, key infrastructure spending in our areas, investment and targeted tax policy align with my vision for the region. I'm determined to help Australia get back on track. We need to review net zero. Zero emissions threatens jobs in regional towns being lost and farmers having to walk away from their farms. This would have such a detrimental impact, rippling through all communities in our electorate in so many ways. We need to examine how to support the economic life of our electorate, not tear it apart. The LNP should be standing up for and working through these issues with our communities. At the very least, we should be part of the conversation, part of creating considered policy where the true cost is weighed up. There are questions around net zero that need to be answered. I am focused on getting those answers for my family on the land, my kids, the community I live in, and the good people of our region. We also need to stop the mandates. The division and lack of control ordinary people now have over their own lives, caused by these draconian policies, must end. It's time to restore our freedoms, let people get back to work and reunite the nation. It's time for real freedom of choice. We have the right to control our own destinies. Make no mistake about it, our country is in bad shape. It's time to get it back on the right path. We need a strong government that will genuinely serve the interests of the Australian people. The United Australia Party, the only party I see as being a genuine alternative to the failing major parties, is committed to putting Australia first. If we keep voting the same old way, we are going to get the same old results. It's time for change. It's time for democracy to get to work. I'm someone who has lived a life true to my values, who places integrity, character, honesty, accountability and responsibility front and centre of all I do. As a leader of a school community who has deep ties to the agricultural lifeblood of our electorate, I am in a unique position to understand the needs of Maranoa families, communities and producers. I'm ready to listen, I'm ready to work hard for you, I'm ready to get the job done, I'm ready to deliver a thriving Maranoa. This election, vote one for me and the United Australia Party.
Authorised by Nathan McDonald for the United Australia Party, Brisbane.